People who shoved their school papers in their backpack with no binder, folder etc., where are you now? Wildland firefighter. Don't really have to put any papers in my bag anymore. Though I do subscribe to the stuff your tent in the bag strategy over folding it. I run a program that helps pay for low-income people to be screened for cancer. My desk looks like a disaster, but I know where everything is. Decent office job. I no longer shove my papers into a backpack. That's what my desk drawers are for. Still trying to get my together. But this time in a more professional environment. Now I'm a teacher who shoves his papers in his bag with no binder, folder. I always buy these nice binders which I carefully organize with different colors at the beginning of each school year. By the end of September I'm back to the good old-fashioned chaos. Edit. For those giving advice on organizing. My own system is rather efficient emo. I get home and then just put all the loose papers into different piles on my desk. Basically 2 piles. Correct this and has been corrected. I go over the piles in the weekend until only has been corrected remains. An engineer. Still shoving my papers into a backpack. I'm living with a very organized woman and it's a pretty middle-class suburban life. I got through school fine. My life changed when I got diagnosed with ADHD as an adult and started taking meds. It slipped under the radar BC my performance was high. I am a web programmer. It's funny because my code tends to be very clean and well documented. My files are always very organized. 2. Digital organization is really easy for me. But as soon as paper is involved everything goes to. A guy in my high school did this. He now has a PhD in astrophysics. I'm recovering from addiction to meth and alcohol. 1 year clean woohoo. I'm living on my own in a nice apartment still shoving anything I want into whatever I want. I toast bread 3 slices to a slot. I park my motorcycle on the line between cars in the parking lot. I eat clementines whole and spit out the peel bit by bit. My computer desktop is packed with icons on the smallest size possible. I flush my toilet once a week. I listen to 2 podcasts at once. Both at 2x speed. My closet is a pile of clothes roughly organized from big to small. Not great. My dude. Not great. Director at a company of a highly regulated industry. An extra U to Megan Rice. My 8th grade science teacher. Who said I wouldn't amount to anything? The army. Still shoving things in my backpack. Only now it's a camouflage backpack. Emergency and intensive care doctor. Still have a slightly chaotic core. Once ignored a chest infection in myself for so long. I ended up as a patient on my own ICU. Then had to have a little light thoracic surgery. I am now engaged to a man whose college nickname was Captain Sensible. He tells me when I am ill. He has no medical qualifications. Sensible. Artist. Disorganized. But doing it full time. A copywriter. Still doing this out of spite. Who's in prison now? Mr. Kennedy. You dinosaur. I filled my backpack pretty quickly. So I used to walk around school with 2 shopping bags full of miscellaneous unsorted papers. I'm pretty successful and working in research now. I haven't used paper records for work in years. I still shove all of my important papers into a big plastic box. So I have to dig through the mess every year when I do my taxes. When the box gets full, I shove it in the closet and buy a new box. 2x college dropout and single parent. I guess you can say I never learned to put a protective cover on things before shoving places. Working in IT and I have folders upon folders filled with unnamed Excel files. Book 1. Book 2. Book 3. Yup. I got diagnosed ADD. Went to college. Got into a super competitive nursing program. Graduated magna laude. And now I'm in school for my master's. And now I can shove my papers into drawers. Phone. No case. I'm married to a woman who used 100 colored pens to take in notes. So I've got that going for me. I'm an accountant. My reports are very organized, but I have 3 drawers full of stuff I might need at some point. I work as an archivist. I'm in charge of organizing and storing our nation's historic documents. Can neither confirm nor deny whether folders and binders are involved. Still at high school. Still doing that. But I already got admitted to university, and if my grades don't drop, I'll get an 80% discount scholarship. Working my way through school as an engineering major. Had some fairly successful internships so far. So I kinda cheated the system. I'd read through the entire textbook in a week or so. I never did homework. Minimal effort on classwork. But always A's on test. They ended up isolating and supervising me during test. Come to find out I'm Asperger's and I learned best this way. I own 2 businesses and provide a nice living for my family. I bought a briefcase with those hard portfolio pockets. So that I can shove paper in it and keep it nice and smooth. Software developer. Winning at life. I keep all my files on my desktop. When that gets full, I create a folder called Old Desktop and put everything in there. And start with a new desktop. When that gets full, I rinse and repeat. Working in a supermarket. God damn it. Currently sitting in a university classroom. Got $1,000 in tuition this semester for grades. Suck it. You anal folder PPL. Dead. Also. In jail. High school GPA 1.8 class of 1993. Coast Guard 1993 to 1995 kicked out for bad attitude. 1995 to 1999 pre-med chem major 4.0 GPA. 1999-2000 carpenter. 2000-2001 commercial pilot training. 2001 to 2006 commercial pilot. Flew a jet that said Delta on the side. 2006 to 2010 nursing school 4.0 GPA. 2010 to 2013 ICU nurse. 2013 to 2016 nurse anesthesia school. 2016 to present. Certified registered nurse anesthetist. Currently own an anesthesia company making $500K per year. I look in the mirror and laugh every day. System administrator. New domain is good but my paperwork holy. In my late 40s. Still shoving papers in my backpack like they have no meaning. Happily married. SYS admin for a large global company on a decent salary. Still an unorganized twat though. I'm a gifted kid burnout. I dropped out of college after less than a semester due to some wild mental health stuff and now I'm working at Walmart. But I can pay all my bills and save some so I'm not doing bad person shrugging light skin tone male sign. A Disney animator. Hey. Bartender. Sorry mom. I'm a 31-year-old homeowner. Working at a Fortune 50 company. Who smokes pot every day and had $102,640 in their 401k as of this morning. Doing quite well. Corporate level management, still shove papers in my bag from time to time. We are among you. Indistinguishable from anyone else. Things were digitized. Now I shove them in my Google Drive unorganized and search when I need it. Less crinkles. Same disorganization. Working in schools. Doing basically the same thing but now with students' papers. Turns out. ADHD is. Shoving papers in places they don't belong to this day. I work at a college as a janitor. Even though I feel like I'm smarter than most of the people who go there. Sometimes I see an equation written on a blackboard. Like half an equation. And I'll just figure it out. Diagnosed with ADHD. On meds. And working as a therapist helping other kids get diagnosed with and manage their own ADHD. Super organized and trying to convince my son to stop shoving his papers into his backpack with no folder. In med school. And you'll be happy to know that I now use folders. Okay. Well, the folders are actually ripped in half but still. And alright, maybe also the bottom parts that actually hold stuff in the folders have ripped too but still. And okay, maybe none of any of the handwriting on the papers held in them is legible but still. About to start medical school. And still shoving papers in my backpack. I know when it's eventually time to clip my nails. That I will find the nail clippers under my bed in the upper right quadrant. They should be right near my emergency chapstick and Xbox controller charger. But if I run into the Yanana's depressor stick, I know I've gone too far. I'm a mom of 2 with no career. I just got diagnosed with ADHD at 27. It greatly explains my knack for disorganization. Severe. Crippling procrastination throughout my entire school career. Why teachers always thought I was capable. But I just needed to focus more. And why just hearing that my whole life did absolutely nothing to help me. I'm now trying to figure out how to navigate this newly discovered special brain. I've spent my entire life drifting from one interest, hobby to the next, and never remaining satisfied or interested long enough to settle on one education or career. It's hard because I really want to make something of myself aside from just being a mom. My next step will be learning how to pick something and stick with it. It seems a nearly impossible feat. But I've got the rest of my life to figure it out, I guess.